Alright, there, let's try that. How's everybody doing today? Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's having a good day. Had a good week. We're back. Late, but what are you gonna do? One of these days I'll actually figure out what I'm doing with audio, visual, everything, so. But it is not this day. Speaking of which, camera up here is not plugged in, so it's not charging. Alright, better. Alright, welcome back, welcome back. So we are continuing working on the fairy costume and the bodice. It's just so loud. And where we left off was having lost thread chicken to the bobbin. I'm pretty sure it was the last seam on the lining. It was. Everything just needs ironed out now. And the lining would be done. But I ran out of thread. Could I have threaded it? And filled the bobbin through the week? Sure, I could have. Did I? Nope. So that's gonna be step one today. I'm gonna be playing thread chicken with this spool of thread too, it looks like. But at least this one I'll be able to see when it runs out of thread. Look at that. Killed the bobbin, or the thread. There, that. Grab some more black thread. Start the stream. Good morning, Safu. I did cut my hair. It's so short and fluffy now. I love it. I was gonna get it permed, you see, but there was still color in it, and this is why I go to people who know what they're doing, because they're like, let's try a little bit of it, but we think the perming solution is probably going to ruin your hair. So we tried it on just a little bit, and yes, it absolutely would have ruined my hair. So they're like, we're not going to put perming stuff on your hair. It's like, okay, fair enough. Then let's just cut all of the color out and we'll wait till it grows out a little further. It's been a couple years since I got it cut down super short, but... How are you doing today? I'm gonna have to go in again, get it trimmed again, because that's the curse of having short hair, is it grows out of the short really fast. And we intentionally left the back a little long. I think I'm ready for that to get cut up. And we did like longer sideburns, which were really cute, except when I wear glasses, which is all the time, they end up getting pushed back behind my ears anyways, so there's really no point. Alright. We shall finish the whole little, like, 30, 3 inches. 3 inches. Ooh, you're okay? Good. We'll be lurking soon. Want to practice drawing a bit. Ooh, what are you drawing? Or is it a secret? It can be a secret too. Or not sure, which is also okay. Am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Doing okay. Can't complain too much. Trying to think if there's anything like super special that like happened this week. I don't really remember this week much. It was kind of busy. Next week is going to be busier. Next week, it's going to be a long, long week. I'm short a couple of employees, and now we're hiring another employee, which is fun. I did a bunch of phone interviews yesterday, which was nice. Got to talk to a couple of very nice individuals. Hopefully I get to talk to some more and we can narrow down who we're gonna hire in soon. Nothing special, just trying to draw a chariot. Oh, but round surfaces are hard, right? Like, trying to get the light effect, reflections, shadows. Nothing just about it. That's tough. I wouldn't know the first step. I know one of my friends, she's the one that drew my avatar, you know, my saluting avatar lady. She was very excited one day when she and her wife were doing bubbles in like all the colors of and trying to make bubbles look like bubbles. It seems so simple, but listening to the difficulty they were having with those, I was like, oh yeah, I can appreciate that now more. My iron just spat at me. That's awesome. Thanks, iron. Can't read it. I'm sorry. I'll be right there. The more realistic they should look, the difficult it gets. For sure. I can believe it. And are you doing this digitally, or are you doing this pen, paper, markers? What is your medium of choice today? Thinking this is a back closing corset, it's not. It's gonna lace up this way. And hey, that actually, I think it's gonna work. Because I didn't actually like do much in the way of measuring it to make sure it was actually gonna work. Let's flip a couple curves here. Watercolor, ooh. A while ago, you were doing a painting that was like a window with raindrops on it. What were you painting that one in? That was a minute ago. That wasn't watercolor, was it? The color seemed pretty vivid. That was acrylic? Okay. This is me realizing I have no writing utensils. Surely I didn't leave myself without a pencil of some kind. It's also on a big canvas where you usually can't use watercolor on. Oh, okay. Because you use a paper, right, with watercolor, because that kind of lets it absorb some of the water and diffuse and blend. And watercolor is done flat, right? Not on an easel. Or can you can do it on an easel. I don't know. I've never done it. Well, I did the watercolors when you're little that are like 6 colors in a little plastic tray and you paint in the book or whatever, but like go through here and like mark which steps it is that I'm planning on taking. I've been kind of blending. There's 2 corsets. 2 corset options in here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Like they're both fundamentally the same. They just close differently and have a couple different trim variations. I'm not really worried about the trimming on this one. So in that way we're doing number A, but we're doing the lacing for number B. You maybe can, but you probably struggle because the water flows down. Sure. Okay. So if you're trying to do anything detailed, like if you're doing something more abstract where gravity, you probably want to use gravity, then vertically would be okay. But if you're not and you're wanting it to stay where you put it more or less, you probably want it horizontal. That makes sense. This is a 6-step corset. Should be super easy. Famous last words. It's probably what I ought to have named this thing. Should be easy. A lesson in why it's not. Turning the iron down to one of its lower settings because the linen can handle a high setting of heat on the iron. The nylon velvet cannot. Turn that down and start piecing together the outer of no, the shell. And by the time we have it all stitched together, the iron should definitely be cooled down. Let's see. The pieces feel so nice. I love-hate working with velvet. It makes a mess. It's very finicky, but oh, stabilized. It feels so nice. We'll lurk a while and try drawing. Alright, good luck. Have fun. It will be brilliant because you're making it, and therefore it will be brilliant. It'll be much easier to not stitch these the wrong way like I started to on the lining. Since it will be very obvious which side is the right side, which side is the wrong side. It's literally black and white. Of course. So this week I did get had an idea for later. I'm not sure exactly how much later, but one of my coworkers gave me a whole bunch of really nice pantsuits. They were her grandmother's, and I think there's like 6 or 8 of them that I took, and I think I'm gonna try maybe practicing tailoring them, maybe at some point. Not anytime like real soon, but like I don't have any strong emotional attachment to these. I just want to do as well by them as possible since they were given to me. Uh, but yeah, I'm thinking that could be kind of a fun thing to try. At least on a couple of them. And then if it doesn't work out, well, I'm not out much other than time. And I will either live with them as they are, or donate them, or get better. What I gotta do, I know she has possibly just lurking at least if she's not actively here. I should give Seppu a shout out. I'm so sorry, Seppu. I wish that I was smarter and remembered these things. So... I don't know if that does it. No. And I don't have any fancies. Okay, writing that down. To come up with a nice little fun message to be able to do these shoutouts. Probably not on that thing of notes that has a million notes for all sorts of things. How about this one? Be a nice touch, because I have a lot of friends who stop in with me, and they all do creative things, and they stream, and I should be better at promoting my friends. Morning, Title. How are you today? Speaking of shoutouts here, let me see if it'll work for... I don't know what I did wrong, but it didn't work. It's uppercase, or it's cap... exclamation SO for shoutout, right? But that doesn't, like, tag anything or anything. A little under the weather, just relaxing, not moving much. Nice. How's the audio stuff going? So far, okay, I think. I'm able to hear my music. And nobody said that it's like super loud or obnoxious or I'm too quiet or anything, so I think okay. For a little bit. The earbuds just stopped playing anything. I don't know. I think I got the microphone to be a little louder. I've been told that my whole stream is very, very quiet compared to other streams. And so I looked around to see what I could maybe do about that, and maybe I fixed it? At least bumped it up a little bit? Okay, that's good. Yay! I'm working on the velvet outside of this corset, and oh, I just love velvet so much. Again, I love hate it. I love hate it. It's finicky and shifty, but when it works, it's so nice. Look at that. Like, it's just instant luxury, I guess. But it leaves like all these little freaking pills all over the place. You've never worn velvet? It is, it's very nice. It's very nice. I have to get you a doublet. A nice Renaissance-y cloak or something. And you'll either feel, oh yes, this is very regal, or you're gonna be like, oh, this is hot and it doesn't wear well. There's kind of no in between. Like any velvet that I'm able to afford is gonna be nylon, and it don't breathe. Yeah. Again, it works really well for like late fall Renaissance-y outfits, or I'm gonna be in the air conditioning all day at like a convention. And I want layers, and I'm okay with things that don't breathe well. That might just be me. Not many people are of the I'm so cold. The most unbelievable medieval song ever. It's probably gonna come back on again in a little while, and I'm gonna say it again. one I think I've kind of had recently. So, in in cleaning out the costume closet, which you can kind of see the door, it's just over there. Um, I found, or I didn't find, I hung up my Harley Quinn costume, and I was curious whether it would still fit. Because that's a good 7 years old now. And so my concern was around the torso. Chest, waist, are those all gonna fit still? Hip should be fine because it's a panier dress, so it goes over large hoops. That's adjustable. That won't matter. The corset that I made for it definitely 100% will not fit, and I'm not gonna even try to do anything to fix that. And that's fine. I'll probably try to sell that maybe. But the dress itself, it's like, all right, let's see, and I can always. I should be able to adjust it if I need to. And I started to put it on, and what I wasn't expecting was that it wasn't the torso part that didn't fit. It was around my arms. I was like, what happened to my arms? Wait, what? So then the decision is, do I just leave it and try to sell the whole thing? Or do I just change out the arms? And now that I have the black velvet out, and the red velvet's not very far away, and I have a lot of both, plenty of both to make new sleeves, I think I will make new sleeves. And then what I think I'm going to do, because I don't know that I will ever plan to wear that ensemble again as a Harley Quinn. But I love that dress. Like, that was definitely one of my best pieces that I've ever made for myself, or for anyone really, but definitely for myself. I think I'm gonna make it like a house robe. Then I can still wear it like all the time. I just need to change out the sleeves a little bit so that they, fit. And I'll probably not have the stomacher, the pieced stomacher. It'll just be like a slip-on overrobe. And then I shall be a fancy lady in my house at all times. As one does. Not real sure why. The thread got all loose there. That's not ideal. Pretty good. Alright, peace. Looks so good. Let's go ahead and clip the curves, and then I'm gonna iron these seams out. This time, how about if I clip the curves before I iron the seams out? That's next level thinking. Probably make ironing out those seams a little easier. Who'd have thunk? For the velvet layer, I'm going to be using a nylon pressing cloth, so I'm not actually applying the heat directly to any part of the nylon velvet. I'm going to be doing the best I can, as far as I can, to only be pressing out the backside of the velvet so I don't crush the pile on the front. we have the outside of the bodice, or the corset. It's gonna be so pretty. Nice and simple. Very pretty. So next step is boning the lining. And no, it's not a dirty thing. Okay. Stitch seams of corset lining, same as for corset. Cut a piece of boning the length of each seam and center front between upper and lower seam lines. For each end, push boning, add a casing and trim 1/4 inch. They are having me, they would have me stitch the boning down as though it were in the casing. If I store bought like featherweight boning, then it comes in a casing that I would just stitch down. But that is not what I am using. We have to make our own casing. And the boning will go to each seam in the center front. Okay. Wonder why it's not updating the song list anymore. What broke? Like, I've done nothing. It's... Technology is hard. So my plan is so sorry if that's doing some jiggling to the cameras. Very sorry. So I have my big old healthy seam allowances there, and we're just going to apply some opened up extra fold in them. May not be extra wide, but it is double fold bias tape. I'll just stitch that down. Maybe you can see this. Should I be super fancy and I don't have to stitch it to the corset itself? No, that would be bad. I don't think we want to do that. Or I could do it on the inside. Actually, I kind of like that idea better. Get just another layer between the boning and the actual outside, because I don't really want the bones to show, which they might do if I put them on the, like, in between the layers. in the middle back. I don't know. I just want them to be like all the way to the edges. But I'm going to anyways. I'm going to anyways. That'll give just a little bit extra. Make sure that the bones stay inside. Right. I think I'm just going to do one at a time. Except that means pushing the machine back and forth. So I'm not going to do that at all. This whole thing ironed out. Soon. Otherwise, everybody's gonna get pre-rolls in. I'll pin this one on. I'm gonna take a few minute break. Alright. We're gonna do a coffee break, 3-minute break. We'll update. Update. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna refill my coffee, have some water probably, do a little walk around, and I will see you back in a couple minutes. Alright, welcome back. How's everybody doing? Alright. Had a nice little walkabout. Stretch. Sit back down and in some casing. Absolutely putting the casing on the really curdy part. Yay. I sure am. It's gonna be so much fun. think I'm liking this playlist a little better than I was last week. But what I think I want to do now is, because I'm not going to be here next Saturday, so I won't have any Halloween episode, as it were. We have... Maybe I saw it. What's spooky? Spooky. Eerie ambiance and creepy vibes. Let's play that one, just because that could be fun. If I don't like it, I'll put it back. If y'all don't like it, I'll put it back. Although if it is just ambiance stuff, maybe I won't like it as much as I'm thinking I would. There you go. It does have some music. Music. I liked it. It was fun. It's good. Move into the light so we can see what I'm looking. Well, it probably won't matter what color I use. Put it in white. Excuse me. Got more than in white. Oh, look, I have even more of it in white. All the dark colors I'm seeing are either extra wide double fold or single fold. Single fold, but it might still be single. Yes. Okay. Well, that's fine. This is the single fold stuff. No need to make it complicated. The only difference between the double fold that I was using and this is that it's not folded in the center, hence the single fold as opposed to double fold. That should not be a problem as far as lining it up, because I'm not putting it on any seams this time. It's just going to give stability to the center front. Okay. Well, now Pretzel Rocks is back to being correct. Pretzel Rocks. Whatever. Oops. Nice. Not sure why it took a little time out, I guess. Casings. They're not all that long. And not all that boring. What's that? You can see what it looks like as it comes out the other side, I guess. Now, what side do I want to start on? If I start with this side, I'll end up curling it up to fit in the here. Or I can start it curled up. Start with this side. But I think with the pins, all of these pins, it'll be better to curl it up without the pins. My needle all the way over to the right. Then when I go down the other side, I will move it all the way to the left. Just line the edge of my press foot up with the edge of the tape. Maybe plug my foot into the machine. Details. to the left. Left edge of the press close. Edge of the tape. This way. Conveniently, that manages to put the needle going directly with the fold that I've ironed out, so it doesn't really matter that it's not like almost like the full end bit. Want to do now real quick just before I commit to any more of these long seams is just check and make sure that the boning piece actually goes in that channel, because I don't trust myself. I don't trust the process. That should. Oh, lovely that I have it so that you can't see what I'm doing. Maybe on this camera. So there's now the space in between the lining and the tape, and that boning will just fit right on in there like that, and add some stability and rigidity. Yeah, perfect. It's not too snug that I'm going to be putting it in, and it's not too loose in there that it's sliding around, which is just perfect. Perfect. Strong opinion on music right now. I'm okay with it. It's not like the other stuff. And it's only giving anybody understand, let me know. like to think I'm not over. Sometimes I'm not going to. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid, Nate. How's everybody doing? Hey, Kinger. How's it going? Hey, the thing didn't last forever and it wasn't super loud, right? I still didn't hear it, but what am I gonna do? I don't know. Welcome to my hobbit hole. I am second mate Kate. I'm stitching up a fairy costume, and so far, it was very reasonable. Yes. So far, I've got the lining that I am working on right now that has the casings that I'm going to be putting the boning in that makes it the corset, the rigid portion of it. The outside is a gorgeous velvet, and it's all put together. Let's see. This side is this will be the front. It closes up in the front. That, and that will go over top of the white portion of the dress. And so as soon as I get the boning in there, I'll be able to put the front to the lining, and then I'll flip it all around, and I'll have a corset. It'll be so fun. Thank you. What about the wings? What about the wings? I don't have wings. I need to go shopping and see if I can find a cheap set of wings. The irony of the fact that I will be out of town the day after Halloween, where everything is going to be freaking cheap AF, costume-wise. But it's alright. It's alright. We'll manage. I just don't know what I'm gonna do about wings. Wings would be fun, though. They really would. But not all fairies have wings, right? Some fairies don't have wings, she says, thinking desperately about a fairy that doesn't have wings. I can't think of one. Ah, Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts is Tinkerbell. When she got big, she didn't have wings on. What's that one? Hook? Back in the 90s? Iconic. How was your stream? How was the rest of the map? Did you make it up to Slovenia? Without wings is called a demon. I could make her be a demon. That'd be okay. You could make that a thing. I mean, again, it was supposed to be a dark fairy in the first place, so I mean, that's just one step away, right? And some demons have wings. They look like bat wings instead of, butterfly wings. You did? Oh, good. It's tricky to uncover the early bits? Really? Aw. I think the last I was watching before I got to setting up my stuff was getting through the checkpoint at the border. Was that a running issue? Did you have more issues at the borders than any other borders? Going so slow. Oh, not that fast. Oh, there's no happy medium. Going really slow or lightning fast. No in between. learning these channels, I'm having to remember before I start stitching, I need to move the needle all the way one way or all the way the other way. Otherwise, it's not going to work when I go to try to put the boning in. For anybody new here that hasn't stuck in, coming in with me, I do sewing on Saturday mornings, so about Saturdays. I'll work on various projects from costumes, some mending, most of it to try to finish up projects that I've had sitting for a long time, and to use up material that I have also had sitting for a long time. So, currently, this is a costume that the corset that I'm working on right now was not cut out at the time that I cut out all of that. And that was, we'll say 8 to 9 years ago. I don't exactly remember when, but that would have been the time frame, 8 to 9 years ago. And so this is finishing up that project that I started on, and I got all the pieces there cut out, some of them put together, and then I put it all in a box, and I didn't do anything with it, and then I moved, and it sat in the box in the closet for the last 7 years. And so now I brought it back out, and we are getting it all straightened out and finished up. I have to catch the shops before all the good stuff is gone. Alright, should be back in an hour-ish. Sounds good. Should be done in about an hour-ish. I'll probably need to eat a little something, a little snack. And I'll probably be ready to do some racing, driving, trucking, something. Or if the inspiration hits to do something else. That too. And that's the other thing that I do besides sewing. On Wednesday mornings, I do stream with Guild Wars 2. World Be Rolled Saturday. Wow, World Be Rolled Wednesday, maybe. We do some guild missions, and missions just run around being crazy people. World Be World. And occasionally, then I'll also stream in between times various other games or other Guild Wars streams. All the channels down. Exciting. It's realistically in the next hour, if I can need to get the channels all stitched down and cut the boning, insert the boning, then stitch front and back. I think I can get that much done. Turning it inside out, or right side out rather, maybe a trick. I don't know that I'll be able to get that far. But we'll see. We shall see. Yes, that was halfway there, so we've got 4 more channels to stitch. I'm gonna use some clips to hold the roll. Not for this corset, if she's using the term bodice, it's more of a bodice than it is a corset, but this corset is more of a mock-up for what I really want to do. What I think I want to do. So I would like to take some red and white fabric and piece it together in stripes, and then cut out a bodice in those stripes, make it like a candy cane, and then a candy cane corset to go with this dress, and be a winter fairy, a Christmas fairy, a candy cane fairy. I wanted to make sure that there weren't any surprises in making this corset, which I didn't think there was going to be much anyways, because it's simplicity, and simplicity patterns are, I mean, it's in the name, right? Simplicity. They're easy, and they always turn out pretty good. Amazing unless you do some tailoring to them a little bit. But, like, good enough. Like, they're decent for as easy as they are. The patterns are easy to follow. The pattern pieces are straightforward. They go together well. Usually have to overthink it. Three more to go. one of these channels is going to be the tricky one because it's got to go over the bust. But I did it okay on the other side, so it should be fine. Should be fine. Everything should be fine. Getting dust in my nose is great. It might. We'll see. I think it might still be. The channel should still be wide enough as long as I don't drift in the exact same place to the right. Yeah. On this next thing, then it should be. It'll be a little tight going in. Insert your naughty jokes. There's no way that I can do corsets and not have innuendo. It's just, I don't know if that was intentional on a lot of corset makers, like, yeah, we're gonna use these funny words. I doubt they have connotations like they did. Now, back at the time, we were talking about boning, inserting the boning, and tight casings. I can't not be told. Mm-hmm. I don't have enough hands. This is ridiculous. You have to like support the big old chunky roll. Make sure that the threads don't get pulled through. have a thumb clear to be able to backstitch, still have hand free enough to help hold the guide the fabric. It's tricky. So now, instead of cutting all the boning to match and stuffing the channels, so I need to go find the heavy duty scissors, and I'm fairly certain they are in the storage closet. So I'm gonna take a break, do another ad break. I think we are eligible to do that again, and then it will be a little bit of a longish one. Sorry about that. It's gonna be about 3 minutes, but that's gonna give me time to go find all the tools that I need to finish out this last little bit, and then we'll finish out the last about 45 minutes, and there shouldn't have to be any ads for anybody joining. So I will be right back. See you shortly. Alright, welcome back. So I found scissors that I want to use and a nail file. I used to have a big old emery board. No idea what happened to that one. Where that ran off to. Probably threw it away because I didn't need it anymore or something. So the way this is gonna work side. So we'll be pushing the boning in far enough that it needs to be trimmed short enough, long enough, I don't know, whatever. Right, that it doesn't interfere with a 5/8 inch seam allowance, but then goes 5/8 inch seam allowance on either side so that it will stay where it is, and then I'll stitch on either side of it so it doesn't move up and down. I don't want a real sharp corner here, which is what I've got currently, which is why I have the nail. So the thing that I tend to do is we just cut these edges off, or corners off. It's not need to be that sharp, angled. Again, what I'm using for boning is these 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, maybe 1/4 inch. Let's find out. Use the tool. Figure this one out. 3/8 inch. Kind of heavy duty plastic zip ties. Get them at any hardware store or maybe from Walmart. I'm sure you can probably get them at Target, Amazon. The ones I get are typically about 36 inches long, and there's maybe 20 of them in a package or something. I don't even remember. It's been a while. So now it's smooth so it doesn't poke through the fabric. Guide it through the channel so it gets to about 5/8 of an inch from the edge, which is the seam allowance. And then need to cut about 3/4 of an inch from the other seam allowance. 3/4 of an inch. Where am I coming up with numbers? 5/8 of an inch. If you wanted to go super hard on these corsets. You could metal bone them. I've done that too. Metal boning, a little bit of a pain. You'd want to do more than just file down the edges. You would definitely be wanting to do some dipping. And you can get a wax dip. It's like what they dip a lot of hand tools in. Like a yellow waxy thing. And I'm just gonna pin across top and bottom so it doesn't come out. And that is first boned section. That's all. If you're wondering why I have this with me, so this is an old corset that I was working on years ago. Maybe around the same time that I was doing this one. It's a Tudor style corset, all one piece on the top. I think I've got 4 layers of muslin. No, 2 layers of muslin and a layer of canvas. Or twill, twill, I guess, in the middle. And made using an SCA, the Society for Creative Anachronism, pattern that they had online, where you just put in all your measurements, and it needs a lot of measurements, and then it'll tell you, alright, here's your center, draw across, draw up, measure this many, either centimeters, millimeters, inches, however you put it in there to have a measure, and then how you bone it. And yeah, it's a really cool pattern, and my intent was to hand stitch this, which I did. Everything is hand stitched on this, and I got it all boned, and then I just needed to put bias tape or some kind of binding to finish up the raw edges, and then that's where I stopped and never went back. So now I'm going to steal the boning out of it because I need boning for this corset, and this has a lot of boning in it. You can see all of the different ridges. That's where there's boning, and there's 2 pieces of these of the zip ties in each channel. So this was pretty rigid. This was a lot, and it's gonna get back to this is, I think this is the longest piece that I need for sure. One of the front pieces. It just needs to not be any longer. than my casing channel. Just because, so I need this bit to curve kind of backwards, because that'll be over the bust. I was giving a little bit of a test to see if it makes a difference, which way it kind of curves a little bit more. It kind of seems to curve a little bit more towards the ridge side, so we're gonna put that ridge side up. I have no idea which direction I put it in on the other side, or on this piece, but that will be the direction that I put this particular piece in. It may not make a difference. I don't know. Ooh, that's a lot of people wrote that song. This song. It's a lot of credits. Just kidding, it's just the same 3 names. 3 times each, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh well, it's all good. Alright, there's 2 of them. The next 2 can be shorter ones. Cool. That makes me think that's going to be a little too short. How about this piece? Look the same. Ironically, that piece is not too short. Then work around that one because that looks a little shorter. Cool. Need any filing? A little bit. I just want to make sure that there's no sharp edges that'll catch the threads of the fabric. That's a little bit too short. That's alright. Longer. Sure. How's it that it looks so much less short? So now, instead of just a loose shaped garment, this has some stability, some rigidity. It goes this way when I wear it. I don't know if I want to try it on with all these pins in it, but hey, here we go. And that will help keep it from slouching in the back, along the sides, give a little support, keep the front up where it's supposed to be. Cool. Alright. So I'm going to baste across all of these edges, and then we'll start putting the front and back together. I haven't thought of a thing that I want to do. I'm going to contemplate that while I'm doing this basting stitches. I have a little bit of trim that I think would be really pretty across. I think it's long enough. And put the needle back to the center. I'm going to make the stitches long. I'm not going to backstitch these, and I'm not going to cut the threads in between. This is just to make sure that nothing shifts when I actually go to stitch. And now trim up all my threads. But yeah, that one was giving me some anxiety. If that one hadn't ended, I was about ready to make that one end. That wasn't super pleasant. On to doing the same thing across the top? Nope, bottom. This is the top. And then I think that's gonna be it for today. That's as far as we are gonna get. So we're right about to that 12 o'clock time. Pretty happy with what all I got done today. And this gives me more time to decide what I want to do, if I want to put the decoration on this corset or not. Again, I won't be here next week. I'm gonna be on vacation. So it'll be at least 2 weeks before I'm back. For a Saturday morning. Not to say I might not sneak a little extra stream in there, here or there, maybe. I keep threatening that. Almost never happens. Maybe someday. boning, all cased up. And obviously I need to trim all my seams and then do all the rest of the steps in the step and the things. So that's pretty good work amount that I got done today, if I do say so myself. Oh, let's see. Shall we raid anybody today? Ooh, I see somebody we could raid. That could be fun. Let's see if there's anybody else sewing. That's always my makers and crafting search tags. Sewing. Okay. Then I want to go raid my friend Elrania because she's a fun streamer. It looks like she's playing Sea of Thieves, so it's something totally different. No sewing, no crafting, but we'll go hang out with her for a little bit. Thank you all again so much for hanging out with me. You can literally choose any number of hundreds of, probably thousands of people on Twitch, and you chose to hang out with me, and I appreciate that. If you like what I do, come back, see me again, and if not, no worries. There's something for everybody. Let's see. Oh, good thing we're doing this. Pre-roll goes away in 20 minutes. Alright, here we go. We are going to Elrania and start raid. Once again, thank you. I appreciate everybody hanging out. I will catch you all later.